So between about maybe 16 and about 20, I don't know, like early 20s, I was mostly into competing, I guess. I still got out, but that was my main focus, I think. So I won the British Championships 3 times. I think the first time maybe when I was 21 or something. And I like that it kind of gave you a bit of a focus as well. If you've got a comp coming up, then it was something to train for. And it wasn't a deadline that you could move. It wasn't like, if the weather's good, I'll try this. If it's bad, I won't. It was just, there's a comp, so you train for it and then you go and do it. And I kind of like that. I like having deadlines and sort of ticking boxes, I guess. So it was easy for me to get motivated to train for a comp. Competing internationally, it was kind of, on one hand it's a lot more rewarding, but on the other hand it's a lot more of a pain. So you got to travel, you got to get to the comp. But then if you climbed well in the World Cup, it was really satisfying because you've put a lot more into it to get there, and then when you're there, there's all the world's best climbers. So if you can do well there, then you do well. then it means an awful lot more if you can do well at a World Cup than if you can, say, win the BBCs. The World Cup is a lot harder.
So, auf rechts aus dem linken Segment, der Jonas Baumann.
There was only a few comps, maybe a handful of comps that I did, where I felt like I did it as well as I possibly could. And there were maybe, there was an awful lot of comps where I went and I was always a bit like, shouldn't have done that, should have done that better. But, yeah, I think on the whole, I think I did better than I ever thought I would. So that's kind of, it's a tick in the box really, I guess. I remember going to Font for the first time. That was amazing because I just suddenly saw that you could go outside and do the most incredible boulder problems, and that was a thing that you could do. Because before that I'd climbed a bit in Britain, but I'd never been away to anywhere that was really incredible. And then going to Font, I was like, oh wow, there's a lot to do here and it's really amazing. So that got me dead keen. That was a kind of, I guess going there made me realise that I wanted to travel more and sort of get to places. When I was 16, 17, I climbed the peak maybe kind of twice a month maybe. And then I moved to uni, obviously chose Sheffield. And then all of a sudden in first year I could get out 3 or 4 times a week. And that was a massive change. I could suddenly see all these problems, try everything, and then I just had the opportunity to go and do stuff. So I guess that was a bit of a turning point, because then I had the time and I was keen to try all these problems, so all of a sudden I could start getting stuff done, which was really cool. I did Careless when I was at uni, like 2nd year or something, I don't know. It's the most obvious problem at the plantation really, so whenever you walk up there you kind of look up at it, and back then it didn't really get done, so it was kind of had this massive aura about it. So managing to get up that was really cool. That was definitely something I remember. There were loads of things. Like me and Dan used to go highballing a lot in the peak. That was great fun. Doing stuff like Toy Boy and like Renegade Master and all that sort of stuff. That was really fun. It was kind of, just fun days. Went out in the Corsa and highballed and got scared. I just try and keep up with Dan. The things that are fun about going highballing, I guess up until then I'd done a lot of bouldering, but I hadn't really done much trad or sport or anything else, so it was something very different. Yeah, I mean, there's always a little bit of an element of fear certainly when you're going ground up, just because you don't know what's going on. So it is, I don't know, not really scared so much as kind of, there's just an extra little bit to it. It can be intimidating, but usually you're pretty safe, so you don't need to get too scared. It's just kind of, it's just a bit of something to it.
Safer than ever.
Cool.
Come on. Come on, Ned. Come on.
Come on, Ned, you got it. Come on.
Come on, Ned.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a little bit greasy on the top. That's a good fall. Doing all the stuff on the Superstition boulder was really cool actually, because they didn't really get done much. Well, like the Promise gets done a lot, but not as a highball. So I guess me and Caminati did that, which was great, and then I think it was the year later we did Superstition, that was really fun because I mean, again that was a route or a problem that had quite a lot of aura and kind of mystique about it because it just didn't really get done. I think only Bransby had repeated it up until the time that we went and did it. And I know Dan had tried it a bit and fallen off and had a bit of a mare, so that kind of made it seem pretty intimidating to me. Yeah, I guess I kind of, maybe people know me for doing highball stuff, but it's probably because I'm not as good at anything else. And I don't know.
Come on, Ned.
Let's go. Come on, sink it right in.
Come on.
Come on, come on.
Yes, 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 hold it,
Oh!
hold it.
Come on.
Go on, Ned.
Come on,
Ned.
Ned.
Come on.
Stick with it, man.
Come on, Ned. Come on, Ned.
Go on, Ned.
Come on.
Come on, you're
Have it,
right.
eye it up.
Not yet.
Just eye it up.
Go on.
Yes, come on.
Come on.
I guess the Prow in Northumberland as well, that's a really cool one. Because I'd never thought that would be sort of a ground upable, well not ground upable, I never thought that would be a highball thing. I thought that was like proper route scene. I guess there was that kind of slight feeling that, not that no one's done it in that style before, but it was definitely a bit more exciting because you knew that it was stepping outside the box a little bit and trying things that maybe hadn't been done in that style, and that was kind of fun.
Eye it up. Come on. Yes. Stick with it now, you got this.
Come on, Ned. Come on.
Come on, relax.
Come on, Ned, breathe.
Come on.
Come on. Go on, Ned.
It's good. Stick with it.
Left foot. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Ned, they got you. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, Ned.
Left foot.
Come
Yeah,
here.
come on.
Just take your time now. Get that right foot really high and just have a breather. Nice.
That's it, relax.
Nice.
That's all, mate. Come on.
Come on.
Go on, Ned. Come on, then. Nice, I hear.
In terms of climbing on highballs, yeah, that's totally down to climbing with Dan a lot at uni, I think. Because I guess he did, when he started climbing in the county, everything was a highball for him. So he just got well into it and then just kind of dragged me along with him. So that, I think had I not climbed with him, I'd never have really got into that style.
Come on. Got this.
Come on.
Come on, mate.
All right, go on.
Come on, relax. Come on.
Fucking hell, those are not good at that height. Fuck me. That were fun.
At uni, I think me and Dan were I was in second year, I think he was in first year or something. And he was fingerboarding a lot of the time. I was fingerboarding a little bit, but I was kind of mainly just climbing, but he was well psyched on his fingerboarding. I remember for a year he was fingerboarding and climbing outside, and that was it, which was pretty impressive. I mean, just never climbing inside. But we were doing a lot on the fingerboards, but we were always on resin ones, and it was always a bit kind of, you let down by your skin and whatever. So one day I remember Dan came back he'd been up in Carlisle over Christmas, I think, and he came back with this fingerboard that he'd made, and this little wooden thing he drilled out, and it was the coolest thing ever, and we had loads of sessions on it and got all excited about it. And so then when I went back over Easter, I made my own version, and we got all excited.
Second ever Beastmaker. The first one was handmade by Dan, and then he brought it back to uni and we trained on it, and I was really excited, so then I went and made one of my own. So I glued these two bits of wood together and hacked it with a drill until it came up this, which was cool, and we trained on it a load and then thought how we could tweak it, and then eventually we came up with the actual Beastmaker design, which as you can see is pretty similar, although like a few things have changed. So it made all the holes a lot more rounded, a lot more pleasant to use.
It's going pretty well, and I think we lucked out in that just when we were getting started was when the kind of indoor and bouldering boom got going properly. I think with the works opening, and suddenly bouldering was a thing that people did, and it was growing really fast. And I think we sort of caught the wave a little bit with all that, and I think we were lucky with when we started making the fingerboards. And it's still going really well. It's not slowing down. It's kind of growing, if anything. British climbing. What do I like about British climbing? There seems to be a lot to it. Everything's quite complicated. You don't really get a simple problem in Britain. The average problem is very technical, and you have to think a lot and work it out before you can do it. You can't just rock up and climb something hard in Britain, usually. And then often a lot of the problems have a really good history behind them as well. Something like the Ace has got a really cool history. And having Ben and Jerry pushing standards back in the day, then you can kind of get on stuff they were on. And I think historically we have a lot of really cool problems in the country. I remember when I started trying the Ace, that must have been years back now, but I felt like I could do it for a couple of seasons, and I kept trying, but I think I got too carried away with wanting to do it, so I must have tried it for maybe 3 or 4 years before I did it. And I remember the day I did it was the one day when I didn't really want to try it, and I just happened to get on and do it. So I think it's easy to kind of worry yourself off something. A few years ago it looked like things were going to head towards a bit more towards highballing in Britain, but maybe people haven't really jumped on the bandwagon quite as much as I'd have thought. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not such a cool thing. I guess more people are getting into sport climbing again now, which is taking the wind out of the sails for bouldering a little bit. But there's a lot of strong youths that are going well and that are keen and getting out. So it's good to see them coming through. But it's hard to say, because I don't think we really have the rock for physically really hard problems in Britain compared to abroad. So I think in terms of development in Britain, there's still going to be stuff to do, but it's not like Switzerland or America where there's tons of overhanging granite and loads of really powerful problems. So I think maybe we won't get so many hard things in Britain, but I can definitely see British climbers going away and climbing hard more often than they do. Just got back from America, so I need to get my ankle working again. That'd be nice. So I think I'll be training. I'll be on the board a little bit. And then there's a couple of comps that I've been asked to do in February, so back into comp mode for a little bit, which should be kind of fun actually. I'm looking forward to that. And then in the spring, I don't know, it would be nice to try and get to Font a little bit, all things going well, but we're so busy with Beastmaker, we'll just kind of see. I've had a long holiday, so quite happy to knuckle down and work for a little bit and train.